If you have a reluctant writer or a very creative kid who just needs a bit more structure, or you're just tired of doing it all yourself, I have an answer for you. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are headed into our 9th year of homeschooling, and today we are going to be taking a deep dive into a writing language arts curriculum that could actually will and does get kids to enjoy writing. I know, bold claim. Let's go. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. If you have anything you want to chat with me about, I am right on down in the comments or over on Instagram. Today's video is in partnership with actually what might be one of my longest standing partner vendors, and that is Night Zookeeper. I get excited anytime that they ask me to come here and share because I love the approach that Night Zookeeper takes, and I am excited that I get to share that with you today. If you don't know, like I said, it is one of my longest partnerships. We have been using Night Zookeeper in our homeschool. I hesitate to say homeschool because we use it for fun. We use it as a supplement. We use it as a thing that my kids will ask to do and want to do. And now we have used it for 5 years, like to the point that my oldest child has kind of started to read and outgrown it through the course of her language arts studies. And now my younger child is really enjoying the features, all of the features, because now she's old enough to enjoy all of the features on nightzookeeper.com. However, I know, especially as homeschool parents, we are very reluctant to have our children rely on screens, especially solely on screens for their education. I enjoy supplementing where we can, because my kids learn really, really well from playing games and watching things on their tablets. They enjoy it very much. And so Night Zookeeper has thought of that. They have many things available in print. They have books that you can actually buy, I think there's 5 of them now, books that are available, and your kids can actually write out a character to be featured in books of their own authoring, which is pretty amazing. So let's talk about some of the features of Night Zookeeper. If you are unaware, it is a learning platform that is tailored and designed around language arts. And it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of language arts curriculums, because they have everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. They have grammar, punctuation usage, outside tutoring. Your kids get to flesh out characters that they then get to actually use the characters that they made, that they created, that they wrote a backstory for and named and chose what they look like and where the characters have color, and they actually get to use what they make, their own creations inside gameplay, which is kind of amazing. Night Zookeeper takes a unique approach. They blend, again, printed materials and books with an online platform that allows your children to expand their writing abilities. And they do this by focusing on things like spelling, grammar, punctuation usage. It's very fun. It's very bright, it's very bold, and it's tailored for kids 6 to 12. I do have a very special and unique offer code for you. I will link it right up here, and I have it at the top of the description box down below, and it will save you 50% after giving you a 7-day free trial. So you don't have to commit. You should just give it a try. You don't have to trust me or what I say about it, but again, I've continued to come back and share with you for 5 years about Night Zookeeper, and my kids have been playing Night Zookeeper for 5 years. They enjoy it. I know that as a person, even as an adult, I am guilty of the fact if it's not fun, it will not get done. So anything that can blend enjoyment with some of those really big topics like sentence structure and spelling and vocabulary and writing, if we can blend all of that together in a manner that does entertain and does entice kids to keep coming back and growing their skills, I am all for it because I know that that is what works. Some important things that I think are really, really valuable to note. I can offer you that 50% off the annual subscription, which saves you over $85 by using my unique code. They do have a second kid and more discount. So if you have more than one kid, reach out to them. They will help you get signed up for that. They are one of the learning platforms that has yet to abandon us homeschoolers. They know that homeschoolers enjoy their product just as much as public schoolers, any parent who wants to supplement their kids' language arts education, but you can even use it as a full-fledged language arts curriculum, which I have discussed in the past, covering everything. It does align to Common Core standards and adheres to those state standards, so you don't have to worry about if your kid is missing something. There are fun, interactive games, but you can also have your kids draft up their creative writing, which I love the way that they do it, because basically they have the kids design a new character. Well, what is the character's name? They ask them very pointed, specific questions and then compile it into an essay that your kid made, and they can add to it and they can tell you more about it. But by asking those very specific questions, they help your kids think about their design in an abstract way and get those words out of their body and onto the paper. And then this is my favorite part, someone who is not you, I know, who looks it over and provides very kind, very thoughtful feedback and evaluation on their creations and their writings. And I absolutely love that. So before I go any further, guys, let's pop over. I'm going to give you a look inside the program and we'll talk about a few of the specifics.
Here is a look inside Night Zookeeper's platform. As you can see, there are these fun little clouds that get cleared out of the way as your learner levels up. You can look around at your zoo. You can see all of the fun characters that she's created. There's even a mantis shrimp in there. And then you can pop over to the Activities tab. And as you can see, there is so much to do. Pay close attention because right there, my learner has actually got some awards in the solo writing. Now you can see there is just a plethora of activities. So there is something to engage every kind of learner. Do they want to watch? Do they want to read? Do they want to write? And here is a look inside the parent platform. I like that I can turn off commenting from other people. I can decide what gets to be shared, how it gets to be synthesized by my child in this, online world. There's also an option for advanced tutoring. So you can, through Night Zookeeper, source one-on-one tutoring. And it is different from the regular platform. It is an additional fee. However, as you know, language arts is so important and so crucial to every other thing that your learner is going to encounter in their lives and on their educational journey. Sometimes you need to be able to take advantage of a little bit more help. Now, one of the biggest complaints that I've seen about Night Zookeeper is that it is web-based and they don't have an app. Guess what? They've just launched their iOS app, and I am so excited to actually have an app-based function for my girls on their tablets, and so I will be looking into this soon. Night Zookeeper is an award-winning online learning platform that turns language arts into an exciting adventure. Designed for kids ages 6 to 12, it makes reading, writing, spelling, and grammar practice so much fun that kids actually want to do it. From engaging reading comprehension activities to creative writing challenges, spelling games, and interactive grammar lessons, Night Zookeeper builds strong language skills step by step. Kids can create their own characters, write stories, and even get feedback from real tutors. So they're not just practicing, they're improving with every session. It works beautifully as a full language arts curriculum for homeschool families or as a supplement to what your child is already learning. And if you just want to give your learner a leg up in reading and writing, Night Zookeeper is the perfect way to boost their confidence while keeping the fun front and center. With personalized feedback, a safe online environment, and a huge library of activities, Night Zookeeper turns screen time into skill time and gives your learner the tools they need to succeed. Here's another look inside more of that creative writing. As you can see, the critiques show up in a red bubble, so that just reminds the kids that they need to get a little bit of a correction in their writing. But I love the way that it asks such specific questions, and you can really see my daughter right here trying to figure out how to spell Nancy and Drew. It is a really well thought out program. I love that it's so colorful. I love that they answer those questions and then it compiles it into this, honestly, into a paper format, into an essay format. And I think that that is helping to reinforce those later skills when they are writing essays. So they understand some of these basics. They understand word counts. They understand how to save and submit. They understand how to justify their papers, left, right, center. And then it just is fun. It's bright, it's engaging, it's entertaining. It's going to keep them going for as long as you let them. At least in my case, it really is something that my kids can just sit down and enjoy for lengthy periods of time and really entertain themselves with. And what they don't realize is that they are learning along the way. So they are playing a game. It's bright, it's colorful, it's noisy, but they're learning how to spell. They're learning how to organize a sentence. They're learning the important things, the foundational skills for a deeper understanding of language arts. It's going to provide them with success. Even right here is vocabulary. Vocabulary is so incredibly important as your kids age, as they get closer and closer to those big tests that are going to help determine the trajectory of their, secondary education. So it is so important to give them something that they enjoy, something that they can really sink their teeth into to better understand the world of language arts. And Night Zookeeper helps us by making it fun, by making it bright and colorful. And let's not kid, things on a screen are something your kids want to do more of.
Okay, so that's the look inside Night Zookeeper. Like I've already said, you don't have to take my word for it. If any of this helped you, maybe just consider taking on that 7-day free trial. Give it a shot. If you want to go any longer than that, use my code. My code gives you 50% off and saves you over $85 on the year. So it really is the opportunity to have a low-cost, high-return investment in your children's language arts education. Language arts curriculum can be so dry, it can be so hard, and many kids struggle not only reading on their own, but then writing. And writing is an increased focus as they age and as they grow up. I have said many times on this channel that I do not prioritize big writing early, but that doesn't mean that I haven't provided my children the opportunity to utilize tools along the way that are going to serve their writing journey later. And that is exactly what Night Zookeeper has allowed us to do. My kids enjoy watching their tutorials. My kids enjoy watching the Night Zookeeper TV. They like making their little characters come to life through gameplay and through their words. And as they age, they love being able to share more and more and more about the characters that they've created. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. While you are down there, give me your thoughts. Have you tried Night Zookeeper? Are you interested in it? Did you maybe try it when your kiddo was a little younger and you'd be interested in circling back around again? Use that 7-day free trial. Is it something where you didn't know that your kid was having some gaps in their writing processes, and so maybe that outside tutoring, the outside one-on-one tutoring is helpful to you, or maybe just having that external feedback? Because I know a couple of my friends get a little sensitive when mom is too harsh in her criticisms, and so it can be really, really beneficial, especially in our home, to have somebody else offering some of those words of growth, let's call them. So guys, you don't have to be a homeschool parent. You can be any parent who's just interested in helping your kids expand their creative writing journey by utilizing something like Night Zookeeper to expound on language arts curriculum. Bye guys.